Time for Digital Ideas. Today we're on the phone with Dave Robinson from Alcatel-Lucent. Welcome back, Dave.
Hi there. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, let's see how many acronyms that I can use in one sentence. DLNA just published its CVP2 guidelines. Can you first explain what is DLNA and what was the objective?
Yeah, so DLNA, it was founded in 2003 by essentially as a trade organization that now has something like 230 members, mainly from CE, PC, and mobile manufacturers. Their aim is really to support interoperability between CE devices for exchanging of digital media, pictures, music, and video within the home. And it's really to minimize the configuration. So DLNA have adopted a plug-and-play approach. So you plug in your DLNA-compliant device into your home network, and it automatically finds and starts to interact with other DLNA devices. So that's really what the aim was back in 2003 when Sony started it. Most recently, they've just published the Commercial Video Profile CVP2, and this is their latest guideline to add secure content delivery from service providers such as cable operators, satellite operators, and broadcasters, etc., and giving consumers a full subscription viewing experience and user interface across all of their CVP2 certified devices, which is going to include things like connected TVs, games consoles, tablets, and smartphones, etc.
And you mentioned guidelines. So in this context, what do you mean by guideline?
Oh, yes. Okay, so a guideline. So DLNA, when they started out, decided not to invent new standards, but to reuse existing specifications. However, as we all know, that standards usually have many options and making interoperability difficult in practice. So DLNA guidelines are a set of restrictions on those selected standards. It's a profile, if you will. These include directory services for content discovery, audio and video codecs, the encoding bit rates to use for different types of devices, and how to stream video and audio from the source to sync device. And their process is that after a guideline has been produced, they will create a set of test specifications, and this allows the DLNA to test and certify CE devices as being compliant to the guidelines. The aim, of course, then is that a certified device could interwork with any other certified device, whether or not they come from the same manufacturer. And the state we are within CVP2 is the guideline was published in March this year, and the DLNA Compliance and Testing Group are busy creating the corresponding test specifications. Their schedule is to complete those in September this year, and then we would expect to be able to start testing and certifying devices for CVP2.
Yeah, it looks like a major evolution for pay TV operators. So what's the main benefit for them?
Well, the main benefit is it comes back to how our viewing habits are changing and our expectations of what we get are changing. We're no longer content to watch content only when it is broadcast and only on one device, the TV. Rather, we want things like catch-up TV and everywhere TV services coming to any device at any time, anywhere. So the connected TVs, for example, enable direct streaming to these devices. However, there's a wide variety of connected TV operating systems, and this requires the creation of many Connect TV apps. For example, the BBC iPlayer in the UK has something like 600 plus connected devices, and Netflix has something like 800 plus connected devices. And there's a major cost for the content provider, the operators, and the pay TV operators to actually create these different apps. Where CVP2 comes along, as it defines a common base to provide the interworking with presentation using HTML5 for the creation of the user experience, multimedia streaming with both MPEG-Dash for adaptive streaming and for RTSP, where you actually can guarantee the bit rates within the home in particular. And content needs, of course, to be protected because this is premium content, and delivery within the home is they're currently using DTCP IP for the content protection and for authentication. So this will allow a cable or satellite operator to easily integrate into the world of connected devices. They can provide, for example, a media gateway in the home to terminate their QAM or satellite signals. With CPP2, this content then can be securely delivered to any compliant device within the home. And the media gateway can provide the remote UI so that you get the user experience which is expected by the cable operator or the satellite operator. Whereas we as end users, we can go to our favorite electrical retailer, buy a connected TV or a tablet or PC, and plug it in and switch it on, and we will actually get the experience and get the content on our devices immediately.
All right, final question, Dave. So Alcatel-Lucent does not sell CE devices. So why is it important to us?
Well, because in the long term, we would expect pay TV content to be delivered from the cloud, like cloud DVR is one example of things that are happening at the moment. That DLNA CPP2 will encourage the required devices in the home to come out supporting HTML5 and MPEG-Dash in particular. And from that, we can expect to see an increased streaming of video over IP that will require larger core network capacity, faster broadband access, and more pervasive LTE deployments. So ultimately, we can see the pay TV operators streaming premium content direct into the home. And CPP2 is an important and necessary step on the way.
Oh, makes sense. Dave, thanks a lot for your time today.
Okay, no problem.
That's Dave Robinson from Alcatel-Lucent. It's been Digital Ideas. Thanks for tuning in.